The Magic Man. Once again, I'm still on the court. The lights stayed on. I thought they was gonna go off when I did the other video. Let me see if I can bust another video very quickly. So Federer, he ain't tripping. Nadal fans tripping. Federer fans tripping. Other tennis fans tripping. But Federer ain't tripping. I'm telling you. Magic Man, the tennis preacher, the prophet, the psychic, coming back at you again with another video. Oh, people, no. People, I changed my mind about this #1 BS. And I'm telling y'all, I know I've said that Federer should, try to be #1, try to hold the #1. And, well, actually, pretty well what I said was that Federer cares about the #1. But people, listen, he better watch this #1 stuff. Listen now, see, the thing is, I think, I'm going to act like I'm coaching Federer now, okay? I'm coaching Federer, and we getting ready to go. We preparing to go down to Indian Wells, and the news media is asking us about all this. Who going to be #1? Can Nadal regain the #1? Listen, you know what I'm going to tell the news media? I'm going to say we don't care about this #1 thing. See, people, listen, we do care, but we got to make sure that Federer is free. See, Federer better be, and I think Federer, he already know this. If you try to focus on that #1 spot so hard, and this whole you got to defend, this whole defending point system, I'm gonna do another video on that. This whole you got to defend something from last year is stupid. But but that's another video. So people, listen, the way for Federer to be #1 is to really be free of the #1, to sort of act like he don't care about it, and then you will be #1. But if you care about that #1 too much, people, it would be too much pressure. Listen, people, Nadal can, one of the subscribers that said, I think it was FedEx, Nadal can easily regain the #1 spot back during the Indian Wells, Miami, doing that 2 weeks. If Federer just make a hiccup, Federer got to be perfect, people. If he falls short of the finals in either of those, Nadal could overtake the #1 spot. So, and then here's the deal. If I was coaching Federer, who cares? Okay, Nadal's 150 points ahead of you. You 150 points ahead of Nadal. You already been #1 for 5 consecutive years. Who gives a you-know-what? We just want to win titles now. So my thing, if I'm coaching Federer, I'm telling the news media when they say, well, do you think Federer can become #1? Can he hold it? Do you think Nadal will regain it? I would be like, I don't care. We want to win Indian Wells. Okay, and if we don't win it, we're going to try to win Miami. If we don't win it, then we're going to go to the French Open and try to win the French Open. See, here's the deal. If Federer just win majors, he'll actually stay #1. And see, here's the deal. If Federer just focus on winning titles, don't worry about the #1. We don't need this #1. Actually, we do care about it, but we just saying we don't care. But we just trying to get the freedom. So we have the freedom to play. See, you don't want to, man, that #1 thing, man, listen, man, it is close anyway between him and Nadal. So, I mean, so what? If you 300 points ahead of Nadal, or if you 300 less than Nadal, say Nadal becomes #1, that ain't gonna make you not the GOAT. I mean, it ain't like you gonna lose all your money. It ain't like you gonna lose your 20 majors. So, I mean, you may know. Federer, here's the purpose of the video. Federer better stay free of this #1 thing. Because then, like he said, I think he said this a few months ago, then he said the reason why Federer the reason why he's had this rebirth too is that he's free. So, man, the last thing you want to do is let some silly #1 spot that you just trying to hold for a few months, I mean, or even a year, but he's already been #1 for five consecutive years, or 4 consecutive, then #1 another year. Who cares about the #1 spot? That #1 ain't gonna make you no GOAT or not the GOAT. So, I mean, the thing is, win those majors and win those titles, and then you will be #1. Now, see, now let me say this here. I'm not saying he can't be number one or stay number one. I'm just saying he needs to make sure he's free. Now, that's the purpose of the video now, that he's free to be number one, okay? And then if you free to be number one, then you won't feel all that pressure, and then you'll perform well, and you will be number one. Okay, people? Tennis preacher, prophet, psychic, signing off. Have a good one.